Hey, how you going? Welcome to Jaimie's Place. I'm glad you could join me again. Thank you to all your subscribers, and for the newbies, thank you very much. You can subscribe and join just by clicking the buttons below. If you like the videos, please like them, share them, and as I say always, if you don't get anything out of these, you might know somebody that does or can use a bit of the information that we provide, and so look, that'd be great if you want to share it around. Okay, today's topic is social media. Social media, wow, hasn't that changed our lives over the last few years, eh? Look at it. Facebook, MySpace. Oh no, there's no more MySpace, is there? There's Facebook, you know, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. They go on and on. Snapchat, blah, blah, blah. You know, what a way. What are things that's happened over the last, say, 10 years. And there's more to come. And there's heaps more out there. I've only tickled on a couple. Having a joke with the MySpace, though, for those old enough to remember MySpace. You know, how has it changed our lives? Isn't it incredible? What an incredible thing this social media, this internet, and specifically the social media has become. But even the internet, you know, I mean, the internet you can still use as a social media platform, I suppose, because if you look at all the dating sites and all the other things that goes on the media, on the internet, so I suppose that's pretty social as well, you know. People looking for love, people doing this, people hooking up, people going out to, you know, like join me chats and all other things, and you know, there's lots of things go on. So even the internet is a bit social, but hasn't it changed our lives? It has changed our lives. Look at YouTube. Is YouTube a social media? I suppose it is, because I'm communicating to you and I'm being social, and you read my comments and you give me comments, and you know, we're having an interaction with people from all over the world that we never knew before, and some people we do know. And that's been a great thing about social media, isn't it? You know, I mean, Facebook, hate it, love it, hate it, whatever you think of it, it has reconnected millions and millions and millions of people. I know in my own story that I've reconnected people from my high school that I never thought I'd see again, or they've disappeared, or you know, I've typed a name in there and all of a sudden they've come up, and there we are, we're back in touch, and you know, we're communicating like we did when we were 15 years old. You know, you're talking 40 odd years ago. I mean, isn't it amazing that you can get in touch with people? I mean, you know, I lived a long way away from my parents when they were alive. And my father and mother, my father, you know, he got right into the Facebook towards the end of his life, you know, which was fantastic. We set him up a little laptop so he could get in touch with me here, and we'd sit down, we'd have a chat face to face on the social media there, and he loved it, you know, and he's gone now, unfortunately, but, you know, same as Mum, when she was in her nursing home, she'd have a friend come around, Anne, g'day Anne, she really looked after Mum, and she'd get Mum on the old social media, or on the Facebook, or whatever it was, and have a chat, which was great to hear from her, you know. So it's great to stay in touch with loved ones, and even the elderly ones that you don't get to go down and see as often as you'd like if you live far away like I did. So it does have its benefits, you know, especially for family and friends and things like that. And it's social. Hey, that's what I use it, social media. And there's business. Look at business. If you look in my subtitles, you'll see all the social medias there. Well, not all of them, but a few of them, you know. You've got your YouTube, I've got my internet site, you know, jaimie.net, and you can get in touch with me at jaimie.net, and then I've got my Facebook there, and my Instagram there, my TikTok there. You know, there's all various ways that you can see Jaimie's Place. You know, there's lots of ways you can get in touch with Jaimie's Place and see what we've got there. But, so for business, and for other people's business, real estate agents I know use it, and you know, everybody in business uses social media now to get in touch with people. You know, Facebook's and likes and ratings and you know, reviews. Reviews can ruin restaurants. You know, somebody doesn't like a restaurant, they give it a slam of a review that could cost them a fortune. New hip restaurants do mega business when somebody turns around on social media, these influencers, and say, "Oh, look, I just had a smashed avocado on toast. Wasn't it brilliant? I love that. And it cost me $22. You should come and have one too." And next thing you know, that restaurant's the in thing, and everybody's over there, you know, until the next in thing comes along, and, you know, they say, "Oh, look, I had an avocado on toast smashed up, but they put tomato in this one. Whoa!" So everyone moves from that restaurant to the next restaurant. You know, it's big influence, big money, different way of life, different way of thinking, you know. All these selfies on social media, You know, how many times do you walk down the street and do you see people taking selfies? You know, I can't believe the amount of people, people, you know, that get into these selfie shots. You know, I mean, I do it myself, only a limited day, but some people just go way overboard with it. You know? Social media has its good and its bad points. You know, and then we hear about the kids on social media. You know, they're entrapped in it, they're enthralled in it. And, you know, it has its good and its bad. It's great for the kids to get in touch with their grandparents and do this and do that. But then you have the nasty side of it. You have the nasty side where you get these kids being bullied. You know, like when I was young, you know, not that I ever really got bullied, but, you know, the bullies would pick on the kids in school, on the way to school, maybe going home from school, maybe in the playground, something like that, you know. And then that was it. You know, you could get away from the bullies. You could be home and you had this little sanctuary where you could get away from it all. Nowadays, the kids get home and they're bullied again on the social media. And they keep looking at it. And they're seeing themselves bullied and bullied and bullied. So these poor kids are getting 24-hour bullying. It's crazy. You know, you've really got to look and you've really got to keep track of your kids' social media. If you've got young ones, teenagers or whatever, you know, you really need to keep track of it, right? For their safety. Right? Not because you're a snoop and not because you're a mongrel of a parent, but for their safety. Because if you know what's going on, then the safer they are. You know, back in my day, their parents would say, "Where are you going?" "Oh, we're going to get Jimmy's to kick a footy." "Okay, be home before the lights come on, the street lights." And away you went. You really didn't have to worry about much. But nowadays, parents have to be so vigilant. You know, they have to be so vigilant on everything their kids do. Every time they get online, they've got to watch out. You know, social media for kids is a haunt for predators as well. You know, there's a lot of predatory behaviour on social media, you know. Luckily for me, my kids were grown up. You know, my kids, when social media started coming in, they were already at an age where they could really cope with it, you know. But these families that nowadays are bringing up their kids through this whole range of social media, a whole range of it, starting from zero, really. I mean, you know, you see the kids there tapping away on the iPads and the pads and all that, you know, and getting used to it. And then by the time they're 4 and 5, they, you know, got their own social media outlets. And I don't know. Thank God I'm not a parent of young people nowadays. You know, my heart goes out to you. You know, you've really got to keep an eye on that, though. You know, you've got to keep them safe, just like you would at the beach and just like you would in the playground. You've got to treat it the same way. You know. Make sure you look after the kids, right? On this social media epidemic, or is it a pandemic? Is social media a pandemic? You know, is it doing us more harm than good? I'd love to know your comments on that. Is it doing us more harm than good? Personally, I think it does us more good. But with everything, there is the exceptions where it does cause a lot of damage and it can ruin people's lives when it's mistreated. But like I said, I'd love to hear your comments. So just put your comments down below and let me know. Let's have a chat about this. That'd be great. I've got a few comments from some other people. I went out during the week and had a chat with some people, so we'll find out their comments now and then I'll pop back just after that. Okay, I'll see you again soon. All right. Okay, today we're joined by Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Rob. How you going?
Very well. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you helping out Harmy's channel.
Right.
I know there's a few things I'm going to say to you, but don't worry. We'll be right. We'll be right. You'll be okay. So what I do is a word association. Right? I'll throw these words out to you, and you just tell me what they mean to you.
Okay.
Okay? It'll be good for the listeners or the viewers. In today's society, Michelle, social media. Social media, what do you think of that?
Well, it's fine. It has its place. You know, I don't know that much about it. You know, Facebook and a few of the normal ones, but just for keeping in contact, doesn't mean much to me.
A great contact tool?
Yeah, for your kids, see what they're doing, what they're up to, stalking.
Okay, a big part of young people's lives, and that's why I wanted to speak to some young people.
Yep.
As old people get into it, no problems. But the next one is social media.
Social media, big part of the society today. I'd hate to have had social media growing up as a kid because I think it's not a good thing with Facebook, Instagram, all these things with young kids. Our generation, yes, but the younger kids, definitely not.
Notice you never said YouTube's no good. That's good. So YouTube's okay. Just want to say thanks, Chad. Thanks for joining me at Jaime's place. I appreciate you coming along and giving me your opinions.
Pleasure to be here, Jaime.
Good on you, mate. Nowadays, this is pretty prevalent on everything. Social media. What are your thoughts on social media?
I think social media can be used in several ways. You know, business, it can be very good if you're good on there with your business. I've got young kids, so it can be quite dangerous with teenagers and stuff that they can get up to on there. But if you're doing it for the right reasons with your business, it can be quite good in that way. Yeah.
Social media.
Social media, connection. I think social media, the biggest problem is like, I think a lot of things in life should be done with a purpose, and social media is the one thing that's done without a purpose. People get on it as a distraction, but like all things, it's got power for so much positivity. But the negative trait of social media is like the fact that it distracts you, and also like fills your mind with like random things, and then you don't have room for like other like good things. And so purpose is like the biggest thing that I would think about with social media. I recently got rid of my social media, and that's because I've lost purpose with it. I don't have a purpose for it now. I think that one day I will, and when that day comes, like I'll get back on it. But as for now, like I don't have a purpose for it, and so I won't need it.
So a few interesting comments there, you know, people using it for business, people trying to stay away from it, people, you know, think it's the bane of society, you know. It's, yeah, a range of comments there, a range of comments. Some of the young people, as you heard, have cancelled it altogether. They're not involved in it. You know, they're getting tired of it. Maybe they had a bit of bullying when they were there. I don't know. But anyway, like I said before, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, so send me a comment. And look, and if you want to actually be a part of Jaime's Place, and I'd love you to be a part of Jaime's Place, just get in touch with me through all those social media outlets that I just mentioned. You can get in touch with me, or you can send me an email at jaime@jaime.net, and I'll send you out some topics, and then you can just do a quick video and send it back to me. That'd be fantastic. Or if you want to get in touch with my social media, they're all there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, jaime.net, YouTube. You can even comment on YouTube. Say, Jaime, I'd love to be a part of your program. Isn't this social media great? Hey? Okay. I look forward to hearing from you. See you soon.